Hello, and after being grounded for the last 3 months, I'm finally back in the air, and today I'm flying to Port Macquarie with Qantas Link in a Bombardier Dash 8 Q400. Now, I actually flew there last year, but I've got a much better camera this year, and the weather's looking good, so hopefully I can get some good footage. So let's go and drop off my bag. While I drop off my bag via the automatic bag drop service, I'll tell you a little more about our aircraft we're flying today. The Dash 8 was designed by de Havilland, Canada, and based on their Dash 7, which was a good aircraft, but with 4 engines and made it expensive to run and maintain. They modified the platform and replaced the 4 engines with 2 more advanced and powerful Pratt & Whitney 120s. The Dash 8 100 first flew in 1983 and was subsequently upgraded to the 200 and the 300 series. Another major upgrade was in 1997 when active noise and vibration suppression systems were introduced, and Bombardier, who were the owners at the time when Boeing bought them and then sold them again, were so excited that they added the letter Q for quiet to the name of every aircraft. Then in the year 2000, Bombardier released the much larger and more powerful Q400, and that's what I flew today. It had larger wings and remains the only Dash 8 still in production. In 2019, Bombardier sold the company, and now they're called de Havilland Canada. After clearing security, I entered a fairly deserted terminal, although for the sake of the airlines and the travel industry in general, I'm glad to see that my aircraft today was pretty full. I'll quickly visit the business lounge to show you what it's like now that the COVID social distancing rules are in place. Essentially, instead of serving yourself, they have all of these plates available and they hand them to you. To be honest, I kind of feel like the catering has actually improved. The drink service is also a little different, with the bar staff pouring everything rather than you just having bottles available to pour yourself. Otherwise, I took off to a corner seat for a quick bite, check of the emails and the usual plane spotting. My flight was leaving from gate 19, which is at the other end of the terminal, so I took off and wait nearby there. There was actually a few more shops open than the last time I was here, including a few eateries and a newsagent. Boarding was called and we took off out into the airport apron. Now, I really love remote gates because you get to see the aircraft up close as you're boarding. And I might add that I really love the look of the newish Qantas livery on these Dash 8s. Now, inside the aircraft, the seats are all in a 2-2 layout, and my seat, 13A, was towards the back. I'll show you through the seat in a bit more detail. Above you've got individual air vents, which is nice, and then you've got the usual fold-out tray table, etc. Legroom was fine, although I'll point out that the window seats do get a little less room as the cabin bends in and the strut from the seat in front of you sits right where your foot would. This wasn't a problem as I didn't have a neighbour, but if you're bigger than me and if you have bags pushed under there as well, things might get a little tight. And finishing off with my view out of the window. Here's the Flywell kits that they hand out, and me featuring a refreshed face mask. The doors were closed and the engine started up and we took off to the runway. Just quickly, I would really appreciate it if you gave this video a thumbs up and you checked out my channel. I've got heaps of similar aviation videos, including on board the last ever commercial Qantas 747 flight, and me walking through aviation museums around the world and getting up close and personal with the first ever Boeing 747, Concorde, SR-71 Blackbird and many others. We flew up the eastern coast, getting some great views of the central coast, which was incredibly green and lush at this time of the year. Here's Lake Macquarie, which Wikipedia just told me is actually the largest coastal saltwater lake in Australia, which is interesting. Just north of that is the city of Newcastle, and moving north again is their airport, which is actually based at the RAAF Williamstown base. The new F-35A fighter jets is based here, and I attempted to capture some interesting aircraft. So if you know what these grey blurs are, please comment below. There was a small snack and a hot or cold drink, which is perfectly fine for a 50-minute flight. The fantastic views continued along the coastline. Just earlier this year, there were huge bushfires around this whole area, so it was really nice to see things getting a lot greener. After reaching a cruising altitude of around 17,000 feet, we started our gradual descent into Port Macquarie. As you can see in this footage, this is a turboprop aircraft, so there is a jet engine in there, although instead of it providing thrust directly, it just turns a propeller, which itself provides the thrust. There is a lot less moving parts than a standard piston-driven prop aircraft, hence why most larger prop aircraft have these types of engines. Now, the advantage of these turboprops over the jet engines is that they're much more fuel efficient, but they're much slower, noisier and rougher, hence why these aircraft tend to become more or less popular depending on fuel prices. De Havilland themselves say that they only need around 30% occupancy for the aircraft to be profitable, hence why they're popular on smaller regional routes, which is where you have more dramatic fluctuations in patronage. There's something really cool about watching the landing gear drop down right next to you, and the flaps were fully extended to provide a lift at low speed. So, how was the flight? Overall, it was a perfectly fine 50-minute flight. We departed and arrived on time, and it was a lot faster than driving. Again, if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you another time.